All right, what's up, everybody? Everybody knows what time it is. It is the Wolfer Power Hour. I'm your host, DW, Drew Wolfer, bringing you the levels, bringing you the gains, bringing you the trades, bringing you the education, right? Just like Kanye said, man, it's just
halfway. You ain't got the answers, man.
We had the answers yesterday. We did have the answers yesterday. We've been talking about how Bitcoin was going to go to the 80K level, potentially even 74K level, very quickly, relatively quickly. And that's that. You know, that's exactly what happened, man. It was just, you know, we'll see if it goes to 74K now. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, it could. And we're going to get into it and we're going to talk about it. There's a lot of stuff that's happening on the charts right now. And yeah, it's not necessarily looking super awesome, but the strength is not necessarily super strong. We'll just call it that. The strength is not super strong, baby. But we hit the 86.6 range and we fell. You know, it is what it is. So if you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button on Twitter. If you're here from YouTube, I appreciate you. Make sure you smash the like button. Obviously, make sure you hit subscribe. And then boom, baby, bang on that notification bell. It looks like everybody's super pissed off today because there's not a lot of people filing in. Usually we have at least 1 billion people on the stream. But, you know, apparently today everybody is in this.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent. And then these guys bringing their bad vibes. Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Because we're seeing this on the charts right now, and I think everybody's not necessarily super duper happy about that. You know what I'm saying? So let's give people a little bit of time to file in. Let's give people a little bit of time to accept the reality of what is happening right now, and accept the reality of what we could be potentially seeing moving forward. Right? Is that a bear flag? Is that a little bear flag? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Is that going to break out? Is it going to break down? Actually, I need to save this 1 hour bear flag. 1 hour bear fliggity. We'll see if that plays out. Let's take some of this other stuff off of here. Let me take these parallel channels off. I'm gonna take the fib off, and then yeah, that should be fine. So we are in the dumpity dump zone. We got rejected at the top of the dumpity dump zone. If you were here yesterday, you know that I was in a trade, a short trade from like up here. I think it was like 87 something. I don't remember what exactly it was. Actually, we can see. Average entry price 86.7, and then my average exit price was 85.5, right? So as you can see, we did take 13 hundo profit on that. We took $715 on an isolated long right before that, and we actually got stopped out. Both of these trades, we got stopped out, okay? This is why, public service announcement, this is exactly why you have take profit levels. This is why you set your stop loss at break even after your take profit levels, because it secures your gains. Now, would we have, you know, would we be in a loss if we hadn't gotten stopped out here? No, we wouldn't have, because it came right up here, stopped me out at like, I think my stop was at like 86.1, right? So I got stopped out like right here, actually, exactly right here. And then it pumped, but guess what? I just re-entered at a better price. 86.5 now, and then boom, you know, I'm riding it back down. Now, do I have 0.7 Bitcoin on this like I had on my last trade? No, but I'm willing to build my position. So we do have a bear flag. Sorry, I cannot talk today. We do have a bear flag on the 1 hour chart. Okay, look, gold is getting slammed right now. Yep, there it is. There it is. Nope, no confirmation yet. I gave out these trades earlier in the gold group. We killed it on this trade. I'll show you the trade that we took from here to here. I believe it was like, yeah, somewhere in that realm. We killed it on this trade. I actually took profits right here, and this was like a 2% move on gold. Like, I have an 81.5% win rate on gold, by the way. I don't know if that matters to anybody, but yeah, this is the trade we took. 1.5% move in a day and 9 hours, man. That's a swing trade, or that's a scalp trade, baby. That's a legendary scalp. So anyways, that's the short position that we just got out of. And now I've given, you know, 3 different scenarios, right? There's 2 short scenarios and 1 long scenario. The long scenario is, you know, if we come back up here, we, you know, get rejected here, but we come down here and we bounce from this line. That's where you would enter as you see this long position, and then you would be targeting the all-time high right up here, right? So we have that. Then we have this scenario, right, where we come up and we reject from this line, and that's where you would be either targeting the 0.786 or all the way down to the 0.618. That's your secondary. That's your first short scenario. Your second short scenario is you never stop, you never come back up here, right? And then what you do is you come down, you confirm a candle below this, you bounce off of this, you enter your short here, you place your stop loss just outside of this support level, or this now resistance level, and then boom, you target the 0.618. All of these are extremely high risk to reward trades, right? This one's 3.5 to 1. This one is 5.6 to 1, and this is a 7 to 1 risk to reward. Like these are the types of trades that I'd be setting up. That's why I have an 86% or 81.5% win rate inside of the verified investing community, and I kept track of that. I have all of the trades, and I have all of the posts to prove it. Like I have everything. It's wild. We've taken 100% in gains in like a few months inside of that group. It's insane, man. Everybody's been killing it in there. So anyways, here's my point. Let's get to that Big Daddy Bitcoin, baby. Because there's two scenarios here, okay? There's two scenarios. We come down here and we've set a higher low, right? And then we come out and we take out these swing highs right here, right? So, okay, let's just look at this from an overarching perspective. Let's take all this stuff off. Whoops, I did not mean to delete my bear flag. But let's take the bear flag off. Let's take the maker, well, we'll leave the make or break points, right? But then I want to take these demand zones off. And I also want to take off this FRVP, and I want to take off my other two thingies, right? Whoops. Delete. And we will zoom into the chart, okay? And you're probably wondering, like, why did I enter short again here? Well, first off, because we were getting ready to break outside of that bear flag, right? And we had hit that, where's my demand zones? We hit the upper portion of the demand zone right there, and then we were rejecting. So that's why I entered at 86.5. As soon as I saw that rejection happen, I entered on this candle right here at 86.5, right? Into my short position, which is now open, right? So, you know, we'll see how this plays out, right? I do not have a stop loss on this yet because I'm okay averaging in all the way up to about here, right? At $89,000, right? So 86.5, maybe 87, 87.5, 88, 89. I'm good averaging in up to there. I would say we probably aren't going to pump past about 88.8. And if we do, that's where you want to be considering flipping long, right? But, you know, 82 could be the bottom. We don't know. And why do I think that 82 might be the bottom? I'm going to give you my reasoning and bias behind it, but also I want to show you why did I enter my short other than those reasons that I just gave you. Right? Why did I enter this short here? You saw that we bounced off of the 50 moving average. That's pretty cut and dry, clear. We bounced off of the top of the bear flag channel. Okay, great. We're reaching a pivot point that was flipped from support, right? Support to now resistance, right? After we came all the way down here. And then secondarily, if you looked at the RSI was starting to get overheated, but it started to curl back downwards. And then secondarily, if you look at the stochastics, they were up super duper high at that point. So, I mean, there was a lot telling me like, yo, you could enter at this point. And then secondarily, we had the fib retracement where we were approaching the 0.382, but there was a 50 moving average in the way. So I was like, okay, we're probably not going to get to the 382. We're probably coming right back down here to the 0.236. At the very least, very quick scalp trade, make $250 off of it, call it a day, right? So let's take all this stuff off. Boom. Okay, so overarching perspective, right? Overarching perspective. Let's look at the market, okay? Where is my 1 hour path? Okay, so as it sits, you have your high, your lower, then you have your lower high, your lower low, your lower high, your lower low, your lower high. You have a lower low, right? And then anything under about $96,000 is going to be a lower low. Now, my bias is that you actually have a lower low right here, then you have another lower high, right? And then you have a lower low here, right? And now you're taking a lower high and then working your way down to the $77,000 range. That is my bias. Now, if you take out this high right here, okay, this is where things start to turn bullish for you, okay? And actually, we can move this over here because this is like a double top, right? So if you take out this high right here, and let me take this make or break stuff off of here, not make or break, sorry. Where's the 1 hour path? Okay. So if you take out this high right here, and let's zoom in and let's get it perfect, right? Here it is, boom. If you take out this high right here, you're breaking market structure to the upside, right? And by that time, you have now reclaimed all three of these moving averages, the 50, the 20, and the 9. And then by that time, the 100 will be down here. So if you get above this, you've now reclaimed the 100 and you can start thinking about a bounce, right? Is that guaranteed? No, it's not. And, you know, could $82,200 be the bottom? I'm going to show you why it might be able to be the bottom, right? $82,111. Let me see if I can zoom in. Call it 82,112, right? Okay, so let's zoom out. We're gonna have to go to the 4-hour chart to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because this is a long time ago. Okay, so if you look where we're at, where we hit, right, and let's just zoom it out. Jeez, dude, this is gonna be hard to see. This is gonna be hard to see. But as you can see, this is where we kind of like went parabolic. We went parabolic down here. We started here. We kind of fell off. Then we hit another leg up. Then we had a little capitulation right here. And then we ran up, right? So that's why I'm saying 82,000, if you look, is where we kind of got caught up last time. So this is a pivot point. This is now support, right? Because you've pivoted above it. Now, if you pivot below this, this is now going to be resistance, and your next support is going to be right here at $77,000, okay? Now, if we look at the FRVP, not the FRVP, sorry, the VRVP, the visible range volume profile, I'll show you what we're looking at, right? And I'll show you why, you know, I mean, I'm open to anything, okay? I'm open to anything. If you look over here, right, this is where volume starts to get bigger, right? Right here in this range, okay? Let me see if I can get it on there. So this is where you start to get another volume node right here in the call it $79,000 to $82,000 range, right? There's a little itty bitty node. You can kind of see it right there, right? But through here, everything fell off. That's why you moved through it so fast, right? That's why you moved through it so fast. And guess why you're up here, right? You're up at $85,400. And guess why? Because there's a massive, not a massive, but there's a volume node right here that's, you know, decent size that could hold you up. Now, my point is that if you get below this, you have like essentially no volume all the way down to here, right? And I'll show you if it'll load. Okay. This is where your volume starts at about $76,800, $76,900. So call it 77K, right? That's where your volume starts. So if you fall here, you're going to set a lower low. If you break the lower low of this 82.1 range, you're going to 77. That I can assure you. Then if you fall from 77, if you get under 75.8, you're probably coming all the way down here to about $74,000. Potentially even 72 before you hit a bounce, which is the previous all-time high is about $73,624. That's your catch point, right? And that's where you want to see blast off. Now, here's my bias though. We are in a super downtrending channel right now, okay? If you look at this, let me take VRVP off before we get into that. If you look at this parallel channel, right? Like you're super downward trending, right? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Boom. Okay, so you did bounce off of the bottom of this and you never closed a candle outside of it. That's good. Okay, you never closed a candle outside of it here. That's good. You never closed a candle outside of it here. That's good. You tried to break above it. It didn't happen. It rejected immediately. And now we're still in this downward trending channel, right? So where could that channel take you? All the way down to where we were talking about, 81.7, 81.9, within, you know, the next, I don't know, probably a couple of days. I think that there's going to be a slow bleed, potentially. Excuse me. I think there's going to be a slow bleed, and then we could see it absolutely dump out all the way down here to about the $77,000 range, catch a bounce, right? So I'm going to keep iterating the same thing that I've been talking about for months, okay? Months and months and months. And that's why we took these trades and we make money off of them, because we've been calling these levels out for months and months and months, right? Like, Just is what it is, man. It just is what it is. So my point is that if we come down here to 77K, you would like to see a catch here and then a bounce, right? And if you bounced from here, what would you have to do? You would just have to take out this high. So you want to take out $86,000. So if you bounce from 77 and you take out $86,000 right there, great. If not, then, you know, you're probably going to come down to 74. And then whatever the high is from here, like say that you don't take out this right here, right? This pivot point that we're now under, right? Say you don't take out that $87,000 level and you come down here and you hit 77 and then you set a new high right here, which would now be a pivot point to this low, right? Then if you came down to 74, all you would want to see is a bounce and take out that previous high to then break market structure. And then you would want to see you come back down to 77 and then take out that previous high right here. And now you've broken market structure to the upside. And most likely what's going to happen is you're going to start taking out these moving averages that are starting to trend down like massively. And that's when you start getting a bull run. And that's when the alts start pumping. Okay. So that's like kind of just market structure breaks. That's where it could take you. But in the same sense, okay, if you come down here and you hit 77 and you don't take out this high right here and say you stop here, you're probably likely going to come down to 74, right? And then secondarily, if you do that, right, let's say that that's what happens and you can't take out this high up here and you get a rejection, you're probably going to come down more like here to about $68,000, which is this previous pivot point, right? Maybe call it 69, right? $69,000, baby. And that's your last ditch effort. Like, really, you do not want to fall below this because I think it's a high likelihood that the bull run's over if you fall below 74K, which is the previous all-time high. But there is a scenario where if you blow through this with some super high volume and then you catch a fast bounce off of 68K without losing 68 to, call it 67 to 69K. I mean, even you could even come down to about 66, right? This range right here is the must hold zone. You get below that, it's over. I promise you it's over, right? You really don't want to get below here. So we can actually put a demand zone down here and show you exactly what I'm talking about, because this is like a super key area that we absolutely 100% have to hold if we think that we're going to get any type of bull run anytime soon, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Zoom in. Okay. Okay, there's your node, right? That's like this is your must hold area, right? Call it this. Look how far over this stretches too. I mean, this is a supply zone that got flipped to a demand zone. So now we have to hold this area, right? And that's it. That's that. That's what it comes down to, because this is the gateway to lower prices. That's all this is. This is the gateway to lower prices, right? That's all. And we can even stretch this over. Like I said, look at this thing, man. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. I bet you if we scroll back even further, let's see. We go back to the previous bull run. Yeah. Yeah, let's drag it. Watch this. Dude, I'm telling you, man, TA, dude, just do TA. It's not hard to see. We're gonna push that back over though, because it's messing up our chart. So anyways, you see it. It's the must hold demand zone. That's all it is at the end of the day. So we got to stay down there, or we got to come down there and bounce, right? We have 0 comments in the comments section. I feel like everybody's here. Okay, I appreciate you, right? We got like 50 people in here. We got a bunch of people from Twitter. People that are here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. People that are here from YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and then boom, baby, bang on the notification bell. Because, I mean, We're doing this literally every single day. I'm not even going to tell you. I already told you, but I'm going to let Ray Shrummer tell you, my guys. So in any case, right, let's say that we come down here, okay? We got to see a bounce. And then if we still come down here, we got to see a bounce. And then worst case scenario, we come down here. Schoolboy Drew, let him know what time it is. You got to bounce. Otherwise, it's over. I promise you it's over if you get down there. And you don't, and you fall below 66, it's over with, man. It's done. So just be very cognizant of this. And in my opinion, as it sits right now, we are in a downward trend, okay? Can we come up here and retest 93.5? Yes, we could. Absolutely. And if you look, that is where you're going to be seeing your FRVP, right? So you've got it's $91,000, right? Is your FRVP's top or the bottom, the value area low, right? So are you going to get past that? Probably not right at this second, is my opinion. Probably not anytime soon. You need to come down here and sweep the liquidity at these levels, right? This liquidity that's all over here. You sweep the liquidity at those levels and then boom, you blast up, right? That's the only liquidity to the downside that's left, right? Because all of this all got taken out. So everything to the left of here has already been taken out. So right here, this is your only liquidity zone that is left, right? This, see, this right here. Do they care about this right here? Probably not that much. But at the end of the day, you could come down and sweep all of that liquidity, bing, bang, boom, and, hit it. So anyways, the market chases liquidity. Same thing here. You've got liquidity all the way up to here, okay? You've got a lot of liquidity up here. So if you come down here and sweep this, guess what they want to do? They want to come up here and take all of this liquidity that now is all these stop losses that have been trailing all the way down. And then boom, they just start smashing people, right? So this is just market dynamics 101. This is exactly what the institutions are going to do. And then they're going to swing it back up to these all-time highs, man. Most likely. So, I mean, I think we're going to have some serious buying opportunities down here. I really do. And I don't think that this dumpity dump, I do not think that it's over. I think we're coming down here. And then the good news is that you buy here. And I mean, you buy spot bags, man, for 10x gains, right? You buy Avalanche down there at $15 and then you let them pump it to new all-time highs, 150K Bitcoin, 120K Bitcoin, that we already have targets on, right? Because of charting patterns that are starting to play out, which is like a cup and handle on the daily chart or a cup and handle on the weekly chart. You've got a bull flag on the weekly chart. And we'll see. Let's check on those patterns and let's see if they're still, viable. So let's take this off. Let's take this off. I'll clean up my charts later. Where's my 1 week bull flag? So we just bounced off of the bottom end of that 1 week bull flag. Guess where that bull flag target? Oh my gosh. Guess where it takes us? 133K, right? Pretty dope. So there's that. And then there is the cup and handy. I don't know. I think that might already be taken care of. Nope, that's not it. That's over. Maybe I just need to redraw it. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. So, yeah, I can't believe that I don't have this still, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in any case. Frustrating, I know.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white band. Spicy, man. Damn. Daniel?
This is spicy, baby. Look at the target on this bad boy. $120K. We actually reached the target on this 75% of the measured move, that cup in hand. That's why I deleted it, because we hit the target 75% of the measured move. How do I know that? Watch. 75 to 80% of the measured move is what I always go for. I don't, because normally you're not going to hit the entire move, right? So this is a 46% move. All right, cool. Let's measure from here to the top. Okay, my bad. It is a 84, call it 84% move. So if we hit 75% of that, it's going to be 60. What I say was 84. It'll be basically 63%. Look at that. 67%. That cup and handle's taken care of. Unfortunately, that is no longer bullish. Now we got to come back down and retest these lows to then catch a nice pump. And it's looking like downside is my point. It's looking like downside, at least from a 1 hour, 4 hour, and even daily time frame. As you can see, RSI is not wanting to get above 50. What you can see is their potential bullish divergence, right? My bad. I'm measuring the wrong thing. Where you've got price making lower lows, right? And RSI is making higher lows, right? So if we make a lower low here, say that we do come down here to 77K, right? And then we still make a higher low in the same time frame, so long as RSI stays above 27, that is a bullish divergence. This is where you are ultra longing. Like, I'm putting big longs here, man. Real talk. I'm putting big longs here, and I'll probably layer them all the way down to 74K. You know, I'll obviously leave some meat on the bone down here for you to leave some room to be incorrect on when the move happens and at the price point that it happens, right? So, like, what do I mean by that? I mean, don't bet the farm here. Like, layer your orders in this block, right? From about 77 down to about 74, right? Layer your orders in on that block. And then understand that if you go much further down than that, like, you're not going to want to be in your long trade, right? So just manage your risk accordingly. But my point is that if we come down here and set a lower low and the RSI sets a higher low and then starts bouncing, that is textbook bullish divergence. Big upside, especially if in that same time frame this stochastic comes down here. Boom, baby, it's going to be friggin' blast off. And then what you would want to see is exactly what's happening here. You've got money flow trending upwards while price is trending downwards. You've got momentum on Market Cipher B trending upwards while price is trending downwards. You've got so many bearish or bullish divergences here that it's like, I want to see this happen, okay? I want to see 77K happen, because now we've got 3 touch points on a bullish divergence. Dude, like, and all you have to see is this, right? You have to see the money flow come down and set a higher low, or a higher low, yes. And then you have to see momentum come down and set a higher low and start to trend upwards. And then what you would also like to see is a green dot right here where the VWAP curls up, right? And that would give you a green dot. So that's what I'm seeing on the 1 hour chart. We do have bullish divergences, which is great news in terms of bullish nature, but I do think we need to flush down to here. That's just my opinion. I would really like to see us flush down to there. That would be what a healthy market would do. And that is, I want to see the market healthy, because I want to see crypto do well. I own a company called Wolfer Finance that has Ethereum, Avalanche, Flux, Master and Validator nodes, Sonic, which was just rebranded from FTM to Sonic. We have all of that. I would like to see those coins pump, and this is the catalyst that could make those coins start going to their previous all-time highs, right? Because when we get down here, a lot of people are going to get shaken out of their Bitcoin positions, and then a bunch of people are going to buy, like institutions. But guess what? All those people that are dumping their Bitcoin down here, what are they going to do? They're going to flip it into alts and let those alts start pumping. So just pay attention for that. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's see what's going on the 4 hour. I want to see if there's bullish divergences. Okay. It's probably less of bullish divergences on the 4 hour, to be honest with you, because you got to give them a little bit longer time to play out. But in any case, we do see the bullish divergence here. We'll see where this momentum is trending up, or sorry, money flow is trending upwards. Okay. while price is trending downwards, right? That's very easy to see. We know that. And then if you look at the RSI, we were talking about this yesterday, we are seeing now, and I said this yesterday, I said, if we come right back down here, man, like it's going to cancel this bullish divergence. And what did it do? It came down and it canceled the bullish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Let's zoom in on this really quick. I want to get this thing super, super duper accurate. So barely, okay, where's my girl?
Barely.
It's barely a bullish divergence, right? Like look when you zoom out, man, it like looks flat, but if you zoom in, you can tell that it's barely upward trending, right? Barely, just straight up.
Barely. I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is
I'm legally blind, man. I can't see it. That's why I zoomed in for you, man. I'm a female and I'm from Port Arthur, Texas. Female, man. So here's what you want to see. Yet again, 4-hour comes down here, sets a higher low on the RSI, right? While price does exactly what I was talking about, coming down here to 77K, and then you bounce, okay? That's what you want to see on the 4-hour chart. Same thing is happening on the stochastics, right? You would want to see the stochastic come down here, barely get below the 50 line, start bouncing, okay? That's going to give you, like, this is the most textbook, just bullish case scenario that you can have on these charts right now, right? Like, this is, it's almost lining up too perfectly where I'm very skeptical of this, okay? I am extremely skeptical of this because I'm like, okay, this is lining up too well for the 77K level to be the bottom. I feel like they're going to rip it down here to 74, catch a bunch of people and a bunch of longs here, stop them out, and then reverse it. So just like I said, be cool, man, and women, and non-binary people, whoever you are. Just be cool. All right. But understand, we're probably going to come down here. Okay. There might be a little fake out long, and then boom, they reverse it again. Boom. And that's when you actually see the real long come in. So they love to fake people out, man. They love to fake people out. So let's go to the 12-hour and see if there is a bullish divvy on the 12-hour. There is not. It has not had enough time to form one yet. So we will see if this RSI trends back downwards, right? And then it bounces here. That is a bullish divvy, right? So long as price comes down at the same time and sets a higher or a lower low, right? So I'm telling you, the 77 to 74K level, dude, this is going to tell us everything we need to know about where the market's going soon. Okay. So understand that. That's the 12-hour. Again, money flow starting to curl upwards. VWAP has curled upwards, but what you're going to want to see is your momentum curling upwards and your money flow getting into the green. That's what you're going to want to see. Now, are you going to get a bullish divergence on Market Cipher on the 12-hour? Probably not. Probably not. Can you get it on the RSI? Absolutely. Definitely we could see that. And I don't think we're going to see it on the Stokes. Okay. Unless the Stoke just reverses immediately and then does this, right? That's great. But as it sits right now, there is no bearish or bullish divergence on the 12-hour chart. Let's see what the daily's doing. And actually, I want to look at the moving averages here and see what our targets would be looking like. Okay, so at the 20, we're looking at 93.4. That's a magnet, right? So we like to go back to the 20. So we're looking at 93.4 for potential upside from a bounce here. At the very least, we're looking at $91,000, okay? And I would say give it more of a range of 89 to 91, right? Because you've got this prior swing low right here that you're gonna have to get through, which looks like it was a pivot point where we kind of got caught up, right? So 89 short term, 91 midterm, and then 93.5 long term, 93.5 to about 96.5. And that's where you'd want to see these moving averages starting to curl up. The 100 is about to flip below the 200, but if the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 15 minute, the 30 minute start to reverse, and we do catch a bounce down here at 77K, 74K, then these two moving averages will curl fast. The 50 will start to flatten out. Once you regain those, it's starting to look more upward trajectory, right? But you do want to see these get a little bit further down here, closer to the price. That way it's easier for them to regain them, okay? So that's the 12-hour chart. Let's look at the daily. Actually, I want to see what the moving averages are doing here. A lot of stuff's lining up at 93.4, 93.3. Okay. So 93.3 and then $89,000 to $88,000 you're looking. This I don't think is as valid because you're like $2,000 away from it. So that's not a huge margin on this. Once you come down here, yeah, you're going to want to get magnetized back to this 20 moving average, right? It's 20 SMA. So I'm looking at 93.3 or so. And at the very least, $91,000 for that bounce criteria, like where we could be going. And then let's also go and look at the daily, and then we'll see if there's any bullish divergences or anything like that on the daily. Yeah, I mean, if you bounce here, I mean, here's the problem. If you come down here to 77K, you really need to bounce fast because you're losing the 200 moving average, which we bounced off of yesterday, right? So if you come down here, boom, that's what you could be seeing. But you need to reclaim this 200 moving average immediately and start moving upward, right? But this is what could actually make this move happen. There could be a fake out, this 200, right? So say you come down here, you hit 77, you come back up here, you get your fake out at about $83,000. You come down to 74, big bounce, you regain the 200, right? You regain the 200, you hit 91, you come back, you bullishly back test the 200, you start trending upwards. These moving averages are trending downwards. They start to curl. See what I'm saying? And now you start to regain those on the daily chart. Let's see what the RSI is telling us on this. Yeah, oversold territory. Okay, that's good. It's not super oversold. It's at like 25, but it is oversold. Secondarily, the stochastics, super oversold. Okay, so you could be seeing a signal line crossover on the stochastics within the next couple of days. You could be seeing a signal line crossover on the RSI within about 4 or 5 days, right? Potentially. We'll see how that plays out. Secondarily, let's see what Market Cipher B is telling us. So money flow is getting bigger on this. Momentum is getting bigger to the downside as well. After a massive money flow in the green, you would need to see this reverse rather quickly, which it tends to do, right? It tends to do, but you can get very long extended periods of being in that, money flow leaving the market. But a lot of times you'll see these, you'll see these big times where, we'll be in the green for a long time. Then we'll take into the red for a second. Then we'll get back into the green. We'll go back into the red, go back into the green, take it into the red for a second. And then we'll get this massive time where we'll be in the green, right? Is this one of those times? I don't know. We could stay in the red for quite a while here. I'm not saying that we can't, but that's what I'm seeing on the charts, at least as it sits right now, right? So let's see how our short trade's doing. Yeah. $450 profit. We like that. We'll take the profit. And my guess is that let's look at the weekly really quick. We just did bottom up analysis. Woo, look at that. Jeez. Dang.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. Thirsty, man. Damn. Daniel?
Okay, so luckily we've got, momentum is trending down barely, right?
Barely.
It is trending down barely. We are setting higher peaks on money flow. So if this money flow can reverse and set a higher peak, then we're looking good. If this momentum can reverse and set a higher peak, then we're good, right? But what you don't want to see is this. Right, and set a lower, right? Because that's what you're seeing here. This is getting a little bit lower, and I'll zoom in so you can see it, right? Just barely. It's getting a little bit lower. Like this one's peak negative 34. It's the same. We'll call it the same. But you do not want to see it. You want to see momentum at the very least get to about here and then reverse, right? That's on the weekly chart. This takes a significant amount of time to play out. Stochastics, super oversold. RSI, yet to be oversold. It's more around the 50 line. This can reverse very quickly, like it has here, And that would take, a couple of, maybe a week or two to reverse. So, that's why I'm saying you could see a slow drip down. I don't know why I just switched screen. Yeah, this isn't awesome. This is a bearish divergence that I was talking about for a very long time, right? where we were setting these higher highs. And we were setting lower highs on the RSI. This was inevitable, okay? And I was telling people this for months, weeks at the very least. And I took the trades. I put my money where my mouth is, man. I took the trades. I wish I would have made more money on it. But, you know, at the end of the day, every day that you make money is a good day in the markets when you're not losing money, right? So, yeah, I mean, everything's looking good in terms of bullish divergences, bullish divvies on, you know, the hour, the 4 hour, even the 12 hour could get a bullish divergence soon. Moving averages, you're getting super close. You're getting super close here. These are going to continue trending downwards. And then if you get a bounce here, it's not going to be super hard to regain these moving averages because you're not going to have a lot of resistances through here, which would be great if we bounced from 77. Boom. I'm longing here, right? This is just, I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying I'm longing here at 77. I'm longing at 74K. Okay. 73. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think we are going to come down here and get those entry opportunities. And at those same entry opportunities, I'm going to take probably 50% of the money that I have on the sidelines that's dedicated especially and specifically to investing and spot bags. I'm going to put at least half of that into those spot bags at those prices, right? So when we get into this range, right, I am going to start buying spot bags. And then if we come down here, probably put in another, 25% here. And then if we get all the way down here, I'm putting the rest in. And then if we get below this, I'm selling all of it. I'll take that risk. But my point is that this is the best opportunity you're going to get to buy alts. All right. All of these alts that you love, that you want to see do well, all of these are going to be at extreme discount. And that's that. So let's see how it plays out. Let me see if I can get back to the chart. Yeah, here we go. Let's move down into some smaller time frames, and then we'll see what people are saying in the comments section. Yeah, man. No problem, man. I appreciate you guys for showing up and listening, right? I wish, okay, and again, I know people have requested this, and I'll soft announce it. You gotta give me some serious time to do this, right? So if anybody knows what I've been doing, right? You know that I am the verified pro for gold on verified investing, right? So if you go down here, you can go to our team, verified network. You go to verified pros, boom, right there, right? So what did I do? I teach a training on how to trade gold, right? And I have an 81.5 or 81.5% win rate or something crazy like that inside of this community on trading gold, right? And so we created a training on that. I know what it takes I say this because I know what it takes to make a high quality and a good training that is actually going to deliver value to people. So until I can deliver that to you guys, not the gold training specifically, but my own stuff, it's going to take me some time. You got to give me, because at the end of the day, whenever people are buying those trainings, it's not that you can't find the information elsewhere. It's that you're paying for convenience. You're paying for my knowledge, my experience, all of my epiphanies and stuff like that, and all of my secrets, right? So you're paying for that convenience of it all being in one place and not having to piecemeal it through 70 different 1 hour live streams, right? So I'm trying to get that up and running for people. It's going to take me a while. Okay. But until then, just keep showing up to the streams and keep learning, and I will deliver you guys a beautiful product sometime. Let's get that copy trading going. I need that stress taken out. So I looked into the copy trading. Okay. I know I soft announced that yesterday as well. As much as I want to do the copy trading, it just doesn't seem worth it to me, because I'm actually going to make way less money off of copy trading than if I just trade on my own account, right? Because the way that Hyperliquid has it set up, you have to put your money into a vault, right? And so if we've got $100,000 in the vault from all the people, right, then you trade the $100,000, right? But I don't trade my whole portfolio. As you can see, I have 21K or something like that in my trading account. Took it from 3K to 21K, right? My position is only 10% of my portfolio. So if I'm taking, say, a $10,000 position, because we have 100K in that portfolio, but only 10K of that 100K is mine, I would take that same trade on BitGet and I would be making $400, right? Easy money. And I'm taking 1/5 of that trade, right? But if we were to take that same $10,000 trade, I would have to share all of the profits with everybody else. And I only get 10% of the profits. So that means if we take a $10,000 trade and we make $2,000, I only make $200 off of that, right? Whereas I can take that same $2,000 trade and make $400. So for the work and the time and the knowledge, I don't think 10% is worth it for me to do that because I make significantly less money. And I have to think about, providing for my family and stuff like that. So I'm going to see if there's another platform that I can get on that will like allow me to set my own commission. I don't think 10% is fair because I'm doing all of the work and it's very hard work. Like if you can find somebody that's actually good at trading, they're not going to trade for you. That's why on all these different platforms, there's not any good copy traders. Why? Because they're only offering 10% profit share. Nobody's going to trade for 10% profit share. You can go to a prop fund and get 65% profit share right now, right? Which I'm doing, right? So, I mean, it just makes more sense for me to do that. So let's get into the 30-minute chart. I'll see what I can do about that, about the copy trading. I mean, this is a cup and handle, man. Inverted. Inverted. My Tom Cruise glasses on for my Top Gun reference, right? So this is an inverted cup and handle, man. That's all this is. Do they allow you to set your own commission rate? Because I would be okay doing it for like 30%, but 10% just it ain't it. Once I ran the numbers behind it, I was like, dude, I make no money off of this. And I have a family to provide for, and it makes me more money to not do it, right? Yeah, this is a cup and handle, bruh. That's a cup and handle, bruh. Yeah. Inverted. How did you get that picture? I was inverted. So if we break down here, guess where we're going? 79 grand. 79 grand, essentially. Let's say 75% of the measured move. We're going to 81.5. Setting a new lower low. That's probably the catalyst that's going to take us there. We just rejected off of the 100. I mean, you could enter. So here, we have not confirmed outside of this yet. Okay? So just know that. This is not confirmed. This is still pending. This is very downward sloping too, which is what you want to see. If you see a cup and handle, you would rather see it be flat though. But if it's upward sloping, inverted cup and handles don't work out. If it's downward sloping, you want it to slope in the direction that you're thinking it's going to go, right? Why is that? Because basically the market is telling you it's setting lower lows, right? And if you're aiming for lower lows, that's where you want to see it. So I, C, and H, 30 minute. Okay. So anyways, here's my point. If we zoom out on this, that could take us to a lower low. This is about 75% of the measured move is at about $81,000. Let's call it, let's actually just do the math on it, right? If we were to go all the way down here to the bottom, it's 6.5%. You divide that by 4, you're talking 1.75%. So subtract 1.75%, it would be about 4.75%. Yep, $81,000 exactly is the target on this. 81.1, call it. And there you go. That's 75% of the measured move on this. So I could see us coming down here. We're also setting kind of another cup and handle right here that could take us outside of the cup and handle and make this one happen, right? So always look for smaller charting patterns inside of your larger charting patterns, right? So like, look at this. Right? That's another little cup and handle. If it comes out here, you're already breaking the market structure out here. It's going to get you out there, right? That's my point. So on the 30-minute chart, it's still looking like bearish, in my opinion. And then if you actually can extend this line out, let's see if that takes us in. I bet this is a pivot point. Yep, this is a pivot point. So we broke down, right? And now we're writing this down, right? So eventually this is favoring a bounce. And my guess is the bounce is going to be more like down here, right? 77 to 74K. I'm still bearish on this. I think we're still going down. Yeah, I mean, let's call this pivot point. What is this rectangle? This is a demand zone. The diamond top could be playing out as well. This is where I was talking about, man. And about 75% of the measured move on that is where we're at. So yeah, that diamond top played out perfectly. So 24%, call it 18%. 18% takes you to 80K. So yeah, you've still got 80K in play on this, right? Yep, front ran that. Just parallel channel. I think we just did that parallel up here. Yeah, we did. So I can delete this one. And then this is your demand zone, basically, that we're already in. So we can also delete that. We know that's there. Okay. So 4-hour diamond top. We know that's playing out as we speak. Let's see what this fib is. Yeah, we don't need this fib anymore because we already have that. Boom. Get that off of there. We've got all of our resistances there. That's crazy amount of resistances. Margex, I'll check it out. It's got to be non-KYC and decentralized, I think, for people, because like I want, like, for the copy trading is what I'm referring to, because I want everyone to be able to participate, and like United States based citizens, they can't like KYC on Binance or BitGet or whatever it is. So I got to find like a decentralized one, which is why I was looking at Hyperliquid, but they don't allow you to set any, which isn't a good business model for them, because real traders, like good traders, are not going to come in for 10% profit margin. They're just not. They can make way more money with a prop fund or just doing exactly what I do and taking home, you know, $500 a day. No problem, and taking zero risk with other people's money, and getting paid pennies on the dollar for it. So we'll see what we can find out. As it sits right now, let's look at these. Let's look at these. Okay, so are we getting a smaller momentum wave? Okay, so there's a small bullish divvy here, right? So what I would like to see is whenever we see this come down. Okay. So we're going to probably see this come up here somewhere, right? And then we would like to see it set a lower high, or a higher low. Sorry about that. Yeah, Blofin works, but I don't know if they offer they only offer 10% as well. It's annoying, man. Like, I liked Blofin's model. I have a rep at Blofin, and I'm gonna talk to them and see if there's a way that I can get them to increase my profit share. Because yeah, it's not attractive. But anyways, here's my point. What we want to see is this continually making higher lows, okay? Money flow is starting to curl upwards. We do have a green dot, but now we're about to get a red dot, right? So my bias is that if we can come down here, set a higher low, and then start to curl up, we're gonna see some moves. Like, it might not even be this weekend. Like, we might just slow tick down here to the 77 to 74K range this weekend. And I think that would be great for us, because it would basically, all the overheatedness on the daily, The 4 hour, the 8 hour, the 12 hour, the 1 hour, all that would be taken care of. And a lot of those, it's already being taken care of as we speak right now, and it's priming for a move upwards. Now, if we look at the RSI, what's the RSI doing? Bullish divergence, baby. Bullish divergence. So as long as this comes down here and sets a higher low here, anything above 18, which is super oversold, anything above that gives us a nice 3-touch bullish divergence. I'm telling you, it's lining up here to 77. It's lining up too well. I think they're going to push it down to 74 because they're seeing, like, people like me are seeing it, and we're telling people about it, and they're like, yeah, you know, we're going to stop all those people out whenever they enter long, right? That's what they're going to plan on doing. And then boom. Okay. So you come down here. Yeah. If you set a higher low, higher than 15.72, you come down here, boom, another bullish divergence. This is on the 4 hour. Whoops. That's my bad. That's not on the 30-minute. I thought we were on the 30-minute chart. Damn, Daniel. Okay. Yeah. On the 30-minute chart, we're looking good. But are we setting lower lows here? We are not. See what I'm saying? So there's no bullish divergence yet on the 30-minute chart. Let's see what the RSI is doing. Yeah, I mean, technically the RSI is doing the same, right? It hit a, you know, bullish divergence right here. Boom, lower lows. So if we come down here and we set lower lows, then we will see a bullish divergence on market cipher. Money flow starting to trend to the upwards, right? As you can see, as evidenced by this red right here, this is trending upwards, right? As price is trending downwards. And then same thing on the stochastics, right? Stochastics are trending upwards while price is trending downwards. RSI trending upwards. As long as we stay above 25 on the RSI here, boom, it's blast off time. So I think the inflection point of that's probably going to be 77K, right? So 77K is a really, really, it's a juicy area to think about longing, right? So I am seeing bullish divergences here, as well as the moving averages getting extremely close, right? So you've got your 50 here, you've got your 100 here. They're starting to curl, but they're still in a pretty decently downward trajectory, right? And now you've got the 20 and the 9 starting to curl downwards. I think we're going to come down here to 77, okay? And then that's when all this is going to start to turn, and then we're going to go upwards, okay? So just pay attention for that. Be ready for it. You heard it here first, and I gave you the levels. Same thing here. I mean, we just rejected off of the 50 and the 100 moving average. No big deal. We rejected off of the 200. Boom. We trended downwards. We come down here to 77. We catch a bounce. These things start to level out. Boom. Start trending upwards, even all the way down here to about 73.7, right? I'm good with that. See what the oscillators are doing really quick. Yeah, oscillators trending up, right? Trending up. Money flow, getting a little bit less. So you would want to see your money flow set a higher low than this one, right? And that would be bullish. You do see that the momentum is falling off up here. It's getting smaller. So you would want to see, once you get a crossover, you want to see take out this high right here. And then if you look at the RSI, same thing's happening on the RSI where you're getting bearish or bullish divergences. So as long as we set a lower low here, right? As long as we go under 81.5, relatively soon, and the RSI doesn't take out those previous lows on whatever time frame it is, right? Which is for here, you got to stay above 23. You're setting some seriously good bullish divergences. This is all the way down to the 15-minute chart, right? And then you're also seeing same thing happening on the stochastic, right? So this is beautiful. This is really good. You're seeing volume starting to kind of come in a little bit, right? All this was like no volume, right? So yeah, just pay attention for that. Let's look at the 5-minute really quick, and let's see if the same thing's happening on the 5-minute. Same thing's happening on the 5-minute, right? Except for you're now setting lower highs. So this is trending downwards. I think we're going to 87, or not 87, 77K. I think we're coming right down here. At the very least, we're coming to about 81. Okay. We're going to set a lower low relatively quickly, relatively soon. Do with that information what you will. I appreciate everybody for showing up. I will see you in the next stream tomorrow. We'll see how this trade played out, and we'll take it from there. Peace out, everybody.